Welcome to the show, Chloe. I think we got here. I should know because I'm the host of the show. We got here because you dropped a tweet that said that you made $500,000, $500,000, or however you want to say it, from the lazy investor. Please tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so that tweet was probably about a month ago when we first hit $1 million in revenue for the Lazy Investors course, which was pretty cool because this year we kind of cut out all other revenue streams and really just focused on our Clover products rather than focusing on partnerships. And I know we'll talk about that later. But we launched the Lazy Investors course back in December 2021 or was it 2021? No, it's 2020. Now I have to think. Like, what year is it? It's 2023 now. Yeah, it was December 2021. I had given myself a deadline of launching it by December 23rd. So I launched it literally 2 days before Christmas and was just like, here we go, holding my breath, pressing publish. And a little over a year and a half later, we're now at over $500,000 in revenue, which is really, really cool.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
You said we a few times, so tell us a little bit about the business model. How does Clover run?
Yeah, it's funny that I do say we a lot, even though it's mostly just me. And I've had people ask me that before. I think it's because for me, the Lazy Investor is all about a community. Like, I have a community of investors. I have a community of people who I'm educating on all my different platforms. And so it never feels like it's just a me thing, because the only reason I'm here is because of everyone who's in my community. In terms of like how I have organized the team, we are only a team of 3 right now, soon to be a team of 3, including myself. I when I first started the business, I started by hiring my family members, which there were pros and cons. I could see the look on your face. You're like, why?
Just free zone.
There were pros and cons, and I kind of knew I was, taking a risk by doing that. And for the most part, it worked out really well until recently, when we're like, okay, there's some changes that need to be made. Some of the people who have been working for me just can't do it anymore, or can't dedicate as much time as they wanted to it, which has been kind of a relief, because now I've moved out of the space of hiring family members, and I have really one go-to person who's my creative project manager, and she's really responsible for a lot of different things. So it's really me and Alyssa, and then we also have like an SEO specialist as well. So it's a pretty small team. We have a podcast production team as well, so I don't do really anything for the podcast other than showing up and talking. And then we have my squishy goddess Logan in the background, who you can see lounging on the bed. So she's a part of the we as well.
I do have several of my own personal interest follow-up questions about hiring family. I'm not sure if the audience is into it. So if y'all are, please drop a comment below and I'll get Chloe back on the show. But I'll move through because I know most of y'all are here for the course and y'all don't want me to get distracted. And I'll keep y'all focused, as I will do here. So I told Chloe before we started here, a lot of y'all familiar. Actually, a few years ago now, I read Key Personal Influence. They break it down into 3 key bundles that I like. So I usually walk through profile, pitch, publish, product, partnerships. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll see through the magic of editing that has come across your screen. We'll start with profile. So I was doing some internet stalking, quite frankly, also known as interview preparation, allegedly. I saw that on Twitter, you're a little over 3,000 followers. On Instagram, you're over 144,000 followers. Is that your profile? Or I guess what I'm asking is, where do most of your business come from, or people get to know you?
Like 90% comes from Instagram, I would say. So I really dedicated myself to Instagram back in January 2021. I was like, all right, we're going to try this Reels thing out. And that luckily worked out really well for me. And then around the same time, I also started doing TikTok. We have just under 100,000 followers there on TikTok as well. But TikTok, I don't really believe buyers come from TikTok. I think TikTok's really great for like public relations and getting in touch with journalists and going viral. And it's really great for the awareness piece. But people are mostly on TikTok to be entertained, maybe a little bit of education. They're really not into being sold, in my experience, which is totally fine because every platform's got a different purpose. And then
Can I kind of pull that out a little bit? So I'll share my story, see if it's been related. So similar to TikTok, I mean, I have like 100 followers on TikTok. It's because I don't do anything on TikTok. I dropped a video like yesterday, and it's one of my best performing. But what I have found, and the reason I don't personally dedicate energy to TikTok, is I had the same experience as you. Like at this point in my life, you know, where I am on my journey in season, like if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. And similar, Instagram has always been my driver. And this year I started focus on YouTube, where I hope y'all are watching this video at youtube.com/TheMarcusGarrett. That being said, Twitter has always been great for, actually it's been the best for my connections. Like when I want to meet people, I jump in a lot of journalist interviews or DMs to get interviews, to get blogs. Like they'll be like, hey, I'm looking for people who had this experience. I'm like right there in the DMs, like I've had that experience. So it's been far more generative for like leads. Can you kind of talk through your social media experience and your hierarchy?
Yeah, so Instagram's number one in terms of return on investment. So it's definitely one of the harder ones to grow on. It's also one of the most time intensive ones to grow on, at least in the beginning. But it is definitely where the buyers are, in my experience. Like I would take 30,000 Instagram followers over 200,000, 300,000 TikTok followers any day. Because of the ROI. That's where people are really engaging with you. That's where they really are shopping. I mean, the shopping platform for Instagram is crazy as well. And then not only that, you also have the ability to do quite robust paid ads as well, which is really nice. TikTok, I know, has that as well. I haven't dived into that. So that's kind of Instagram's really for generating leads through getting people on my email list, through the free guides that we have, which shameless plug, moneyrightguide.com if you want to check it out. And also inviting people to my free webinar. So that's at lazyinvestingclass.com. And what you'll notice is if you go to my Instagram page, I'm almost never selling. Like I'm only getting people onto my email list. I'm inviting them to our free products. I'm providing value. I'm providing inspiration there, but I don't sell except for 48 hours once a month. And that's it. And then they're gone. And it's like really where I'm selling is in my email list. The email list is huge, and it's something I really prioritized last year and this year. So that's number one, is like if I had to pick one platform, I would pick Instagram. Number two would, that's a hard one actually. Number two, I mean, it has to be TikTok, because TikTok, I do feel like I've gotten a lot of like media leads, or I've gotten more attention, or I've gotten more opportunities and connections, kind of like how you view Twitter. TikTok's a little bit similar to that for me. Twitter, I agree with you. Twitter is really like where other experts are, where other professionals are, where other people are connecting with like-minded folks. And it feels like a big group chat. But again, it's not really where I'm looking for people to buy my product. It's not like where I'm never selling on Twitter. I don't think I've ever even posted a sale on Twitter before, but I will post that free guide as well as our free investing class. But I honestly use Twitter mostly for like creation of Instagram content. So it's like, I'll try something on Twitter. If it does well on Twitter, I can turn it into a reel. I can turn it into a carousel, that sort of thing.